Status and taxonomy. The cheetah has lived in association with the humans since at least the 3000s before Common Era, when the Sumerians depicted a leashed cheetah with a hood on its head on an official seal. During this period in Egypt, the cheetah was revered as a symbol of royalty in the form of the cat gods Mavdet. Cheetahs were kept as pets by many famous historical figures, such as Genghis Khan, Charlie Mang, and Akbar the Great of India, who had more than 9,000 in his stable. These cats were also used for sport. Trained and tame, they were typically hooded and carried on horseback or in a cart, then dehooded and released near their quarry. In spite of the large numbers of cheetahs kept in captivity by royalty during the 14th to 16th centuries, almost all were captured from the wild because there was essentially no captive breeding. Because of this continuous drain on wild Asiatic populations, cheetahs from Africa were being imported into India and Iran during the early 1900s. In 1900, an estimated 100,000 cheetahs were found in habitats throughout continental Africa and from the Middle East and the Arabian Peninsula to India. Today, cheetahs have been extirpated from a large portion of this era. In Asia, they are nearly extinct with the largest confirmed population inhabiting northeastern Iran. In Africa, there are estimated 9,000 to 12,000 cheetahs, with the largest populations existing in Namibia, Botswana, and Zimbabwe in southern Africa, and Kenya and Tanzania in eastern Africa. Smaller, more isolated population exists in other countries, including South Africa, Congo, Zambia, Somalia, Ethiopia, Mali, Niger, Cameroon, Chad, the Central African Republic. All populations are threatened, even with the protected areas, because of increased competition from large predators such as lions and hyenas outside of reserves. Humans pose a threat in several forms, including habitat loss, poaching, and indiscriminate trapping and shooting to protect livestock. The cheetah was common throughout North America, Europe, and Asia until the end of last ice age, about 11,700 years ago, a time coincident to where large numbers of mammals disappeared throughout the northern hemisphere. All North American and European cheetahs and most of those in Asia vanished. About this time, the cheetah population seemed to have experienced what may have been the first and most severe of series-size reductions. Modern cheetah retain evidence of this historic event in their DNA. There is a very high level of genetic similarity in all, the most rapidly evolving parts of the cheetah genome, which makes all of today's individuals appear highly inbred. This condition has been linked with increased susceptibility to infectious diseases, increased infant mortality, and high levels of abnormal sperm. No evidence, however, links low levels of genetic variation with reduced fitness in wild populations. Early taxonomists interpreted the normal specialized traits of cheetahs as evidence that they diverged from the other cat species. Early in the evolutionary history of the cat family, Feldae, the cheetah was therefore granted unique taxonomic status, and since the early 1900s, it has been classified as the only species of genus Acinonyx. Cheetahs are often divided into 5 subspecies. A. Jobatus in southern Africa. A. Jobatus fearsoni from eastern Africa. A. Jobatus sumergini from Nigeria to Somali. A. Jobatus hiki from northwestern Africa. And A. Jobatus venatrix from Arabia to central India. The Kangachita, once thought to be a distinct subspecies, is a southern Africa from that has a blotchy coat, patterned presumably from a rare received genetic mutation. Numerous molecular genetic studies suggest that cheetah shares a common ancestor with Puma and jaguarundi, from which it diverged 6 to 8 million years ago. probably in North America. Fossils attributable to cheetah-like species dating from 2 to 3 million years ago have been found in North America, in what is now Texas, Nevada, and Wyoming. Placental mammal. Any member of the mammalian group characterized by the presence of placenta, which facilitates exchange of nutrients and wastes between the blood of the mother and that of the fetus. The placentals include all living mammals, except marsupials and monotremes. Although some authorities consider that the marsupials, cohort marsupials, to be placental mammals, these animals have a less developed, less efficient type of a placenta that limits the gestation period. The true placenta of the placentals allows for a long development period within the protection of the womb, a factor considered to have contributed to the evolutionary success of the group. Fossil evidence shows that the first placental mammals evolved between about 163 million and 157 million years ago during the Jurassic period, 201.3 million to about 145 million years ago. Some scientists classify placental mammals in the clade Placentalia, which includes all living placental mammals and their most recent common ancestor. This grouping attempts to avoid the potential for confusion associated with fossil evidence of extinct non-placental eutherians, which were the predecessors of modern-day placentals. Feline, family Felida, any of 37 cat species that among others include the cheetah, puma, jaguar, leopard, lion, lynx, tiger, and domestic cat. Cats are native to almost every region on Earth, with the exception of Australia and Antarctica. They are carnivorous mammals that live in a wide variety of habitats, but they are typically woodland animals. Most cats are patterned with spots, stripes, or rotas, but some, such as the puma, concolor, jaguarundi, and lion Panthera leo, are uniform in color. Black or nearly black coats occur in individuals of several species. Although Lynx, genus Lynx, have a stubby tail, most cats have a long tail that makes up about a third of the animal's total length. The head is characterized by a short nose and round face, usually with short ears. The only cat with a well-developed mane is the male African lion. Cat feet have sharp claws that are retractile except in the cheetah. In most felids, the male is larger than the female. Cats are noted for purring when continent and for snarling, howling, or spitting when in conflict with another of their kind. The so-called big cats, genus Panthera, especially the lion, often roar, growl, or shriek. Usually, however, cats are silent. Many cats use clawing trees, upon which they leave the marks of their claws as they stand, and drag their front feet downward with the claws extend. Whether such behavior is for the purpose of cleaning or sharpening the claws or simply to stretch is debatable, but the behavior is innate. Kittens raised in isolation soon being to claw objects. The larger cats are strong, furious, and extremely dangerous when hungry. Because of their large size, they occasionally attack humans. Although tigers and leopards are most noted as man-eaters, lions and jaguars can also be dangerous. In North America, the puma, also known as the cougar or mountain lion, tends to avoid contact with the humans, but a few attacks occur annually, especially in areas where development encroaches on areas of high puma density, such as the western United States. Similarly, attacks on livestock often necessitate removal on problem animals. The fur of some cats is sometimes in great demand, especially fur with contrasting colors and patterns such as spots or stripes. The demand is such that some rare cats are hunted and trapped illegally and are in danger of becoming extinct. In North America, none of the cats used by the fur trade is endangered. Strict regulations allow the sustainable take of animals from healthy populations of Canada lynx, bobcat, and puma. Natural history. The lion, tiger, Panthera tigers, and cheetah, Acinonyx jubatus, are mainly earthly, but they are aerial climbers. The leopard, Panthera pardus, Jaguar ocelot, and other cats are very much at home in trees. The larger cats range over large areas, often roving alone or with a companion. Occasionally, one may become a member of a family group. Only lions are gregarious, with the prides consisting of as many as 30 individuals. Almost all cats feed on small mammals and birds or on large herbivores, such as deer and various types of antelope. The fishing cat feeds largely on fishes and clams. The fishing cat feeds largely on fishes and clams or snails and thus fits into a slightly different niche than that of some cats. The flat-headed cat is the only species known to feed to any extent on vegetation, such as fruit and sweet potatoes. Food catching occurs in larger cats, and some may drag their kill into a tree or place it under a pouch after the initial gorging. Cats live on a feast or famine routine, gorging themselves when a kill is made and then fasting for several days. Most hunting is done using vision and hearing. Typically solitary when hunting, a cat steals up to its prey on padded feet. Long, sensitive whiskers on the face aid the cat during the staking of the prey by brushing against obstacles and enabling the cat to avoid making excessive noise. When close to its prey, the cat overwhelms it in a short, quick rush or leap. Cats can move very fast in a short dash, but are not built for sustained speed. The cheetah, which usually hunts during the day, is credited by being the speediest of mammals, capable of speeds of more than 100 kilometers by hour. Cats rely on superior speed and reflexes to overtake their dogging prey, which often has a greater endurance. If overtaken, the prey is thrown down and is dispatched with a deep bite, usually to the neck. The gestation period of most smaller cats is approximately 2 months, and that of the larger cats is closer to 4 months. 1 to 6 kittings make up to the usual litter. Female cats may have from the 4 to 8 nipples. The breeding season usually is in the late winter or early spring. Some cats, lions, tigers, and leopards are capable of breeding at any time during the year, and many species are induced ovulators, ovulation being induced by hormones released during copulation. The size of the animal does not seem to determine the litter size, number of litters, or time of the breeding season. In the larger cats, however, the initial breeding age is older. The females may be 3 or 4 years of age, and males as old as 5 or 6. Smaller cats may breed when less than a year old. Most litters are born in places seldom disturbed, such as in a rocky cavern, under a fallen tree, or in a dense thicket. The several, Libertalia serval, uses an old proco pine or aardvark burrow. In most species, the male does not aid in the care and raising of the young, and in fact, the female may have to guard against his attacks on the kittens. Form and function. The agility of a cat is evident in its anatomy. The clavicle or collar bone is much reduced in size. It does not connect with other bones, but is buried in the muscles of the shoulder region. This allows the animal to spring on its prey without danger of breaking the bone. The hind legs are well developed with powerful muscles that propel the cat in its spring toward or onto prey, In addition to the power of the hind legs, the animal uses strong pack muscles to straighten the spinal column and provide extra force in springing and running. Cats are generally nocturnal in habit. Their large eyes are specially adapted for seeing at night. The retina has a layer of quinine called the tapetum lucidum, which reflects light and causes the eyes to shine at night when illuminated. Cats have good sense of sight and hearing, but their sense of smell is not as developed as that of the dogs, a fact suggested by the cat's short snout. A predisposition to cleanliness is well established among cats. They groom themselves with their rasping tongue, preening at length after a meal. Feces and urine are covered as a matter of habit. Cats differ in their reaction to water. Most species are reluctant to enter it, but will swim readily when necessary. Nervous tail wagging is common to all cats, from the lion to the house cat. Kittens learn it from the mother. The behavior is associated with play, which is a prelude to predation as an adult. Cats are the most highly specialized of its terrestrial flesh-eating mammals. They are powerfully built with a large brain and strong teeth. The teeth are adapted to three functions: stabbing canines, and chewing canines, and cutting cranial molar. Cats have no flat crowned crushing teeth, and thus do not chew or grind their food, but instead cut it. All cats are adapted to be strict flesh eaters, an assumption made primarily on the basis of their digestive tract and dentition. In keeping with carnivorous habit, the cat has a simple gut. The small intestine is only about 3 times the length of the body. The tongue in all cats has a patch of sharp backward-directed spines near the tip, which has the appearance and feel of a chorus file. These spines help the cat lap up liquids and groom itself. There are 5 padded toes on the front foot and 4 of the rear. The first 2 and its pad on the front foot are raised so that only 4 toes register in a track. Cats have a reduced number of premolar and molar teeth. The typical dental formula includes only 30 teeth. The incisors are small and chisel, like the canines, long and pointed. The premolars are sharp, and occasionally an upper premolar may be lacking. The lower molar is elongate and sharp, the upper molar rudimentary. Because of the reduction in the number and size of the cheek teeth, a space remains between the canines and premolars in all cats, except the cheetah. Felids form the most strictly carnivorous group in the order Carnivora, and the highly developed carnassial teeth reflects the specialized food habit. There is little, if any, specialization in the teeth for grinding or chewing. The strong master muscles, which raise the lower jaw, restrict lateral movement. The jaw primarily moves vertically for holding the prey in a vice-like grip and for slicing of species of meat with the carnassial. Meat is thus cut off and swallowed in relatively unchewed chunks that are broken down by strong enzymes and acids in the digestive tract. Evolution and classification. The history of the cat family can be traced through the fossil record to the late Eocene, about 37 million years ago. The cat pattern seems to have been established very early in the evolution of mammals. For the early cats were already typical cats at a time when the ancestors of most other modern mammalian species were rarely recognizable. Cats of the subfamily Felina appeared in western Eurasia about 10 million years ago and have continued almost unchanged into modern times. Genetic studies examining living and fossil Pantheraans cats of the subfamily Pantherani suggest that the Pantherine seed emerged in Central Asia some 16 million years ago and subsequently spread to other continents.